Augusta National Golf Club needs no introduction. Everybody and their grandma knows this golf course. But maybe some things you don't know. In this golf course and tournament information segment, I'm just going to cover some of the things that you might not be hearing around the industry. A lot of things you are already going to know. And I'm going to talk a little bit about course fit for a lot of these golfers. I'm going to touch up on the lefty narrative, and let's deep dive that, because I know there's a lot of people out there that think that's very important here. But I'm going to start here with the golf course stats. You can find this at SweetSpotDFS.com, and basically just gives you all of the general information you're going to want to know. Obviously, has the golf course and like the name of the golf course. We have the yardage, 7,500 yards. Par 72, your architects, Alistair McKenzie and Bobby Jones. If I had filters set up on my website currently where you could actually research golfers who do well with these architects in mind, I'd be able to provide it for you. But for the time being, I'm just giving you the information you guys can use to research on whatever other sites or other tools you might be using. Now, the turf grass that you see over here in the little middle section, ignore that because there's overseed. And you can see there's a little Y next to the overseed grass. That means there is a completely different type of grass than what the base layer is. During the summer or the spring, summer, and fall months of this golf course, this not being one of them, or this not being in those seasons, in one of those seasons, we have overseed. It's ryegrass. Ryegrass all over the place except for the bent grass greens, and they're the purest bent grass greens you can use. Use that for your research. Bent grass, bent grass, bent grass. And if you do have access to, the fairways being ryegrass or the rough being ryegrass, use those at your disposal. I think that's perfect. You can see the turf grass length here, the off the tee shot shapes, and the approach shot shapes. So you're not going to find that anywhere else in the industry. Now, why should you trust me? Well, I map every hole. And you can see that down here in the segments here. So holes 1 through 18, you can see the pars, the yardages, and what shot shape is preferred. It's not necessary. I'm not trying to make a proclamation or a declarative that you need to be hitting these shot shapes no matter what. I think it's well known that hitting a draw, or at least the old school thought process is hitting a draw at this golf course, is beneficial. That is true around some of the dog legs that go left, but a lot of what you see on the screen and what you see on the website is just preferred shot shapes for the hardest pin locations or the hardest to access pin locations. Plus off the tee, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like hole 13, for instance, the old school tees, which were 30 yards farther forward than where they are now. Now they quote unquote tiger proofed it. I don't know if you guys saw the Pat Mayo interview with Mike Kim, but Michael Kim kind of just said, yeah, you don't really need to hit a draw around that corner anymore because it's so long off the tee that you just find yourself at the apex of that dog leg just by hitting a straight ball. Still, if you hit it far enough, you're going to still want to hit a draw around the corner. So it's just a preferred shot shape. That's it. Just a preferred shot shape. It isn't necessary. This is one of those golf courses that requires all the shots in the book. All the shots are here that you need to hit. They'll talk about the undulation, not only on the greens, but on the golf course. It's a very hilly golf course. You're going to have, these golfers are going to have some really odd lies, and it's going to require all the knowledge possible. Outside of that, it's just what fits the eye. Now, let's touch up on the lefty narrative. So what I have heard other PGA Tour pros talk about, a lot of the legends like the Phil Mickelsons, even like the Tiger Woods, all those guys, what they talk about, why a draw, a quote unquote draw, a right to left shot shape. So for lefties, it'd be a fade. Why does that matter at this golf course? Well, not just talking about that right to left shot shape, but just why do lefties have success, or why is it perceived that lefties have success? Phil Mickelson has touched up on this. It's because there's those dog legs. And so if there's a dog leg to the left, I know my mirror or my camera is mirrored, so it's going to look different on your guys' side. But if the dog leg is left, and I'm a lefty, I can see that. You know, I'm looking down the target. I can see where my location is. Even if the location's like way over there, my chest is facing that location. I can see it. It's easy. I'm more comfortable because I can see where I need to hit the ball. Whereas if I was a draw, now this is where it's going to look weird on your end. If I'm a draw hitter and I'm a right-handed golfer and I'm trying to hit a draw to a target that's that way, my back is to the target. So there's already a sense of kind of uncomfortability because I to look at my target, I have to not only, you know, move my head from here, it has to go further than 90 degrees. It's going to pull my shoulders. Not that that matters in a golf swing, but it's just unnerving to some extent. That's what you hear some of the PGA Tour players have said in the past. That's where I think the left-handed narrative makes sense. But when it comes to like shot shapes and stuff like that, or just golf, like just being a good golfer, it kind of falls flat. And I actually have this spreadsheeted. If you follow this channel, I have spreadsheeted everything all the way up until this year. It's when I finally implemented everything into the website. And I'm just going to use this piece of my spreadsheets just to give kind of an overall lens. And I'm going to zoom in even more than this so you guys can see. I just want to look at the top 10 leaderboard. Just go golfer by golfer, top 10 leaderboard, and determine who's a left-handed golfer, who's not. We all know who the left-handed golfers are. So let's try to put this to rest, that left-handed golfers are good at this golf course. Scheffler, Oberg, Fleetwood, Homa, Morikawa, Cam Smith, Bryson, Xander, Will Zalatoris, Tyrrell Hatton, Cam Young. They are all right-handed golfers inside your top 10, but we can go further than that. Reed, Pavon, Shank, Davis, Straka, Kirk, Benny Ann, Nikolai Højgaard. I'll go a little further. Taylor Moore and Lucas Glover, all right-handed golfers. There's not a single left-handed golfer inside the top 20. If I were to scroll down, our first one we see is Akshay Bhatia, and I've indicated the left-handed golfers with an L right next to their name. Phil Mickelson, 43rd place. Mike Weir, which obviously we don't anticipate him doing well at this golf course. He's 50 plus years old. And then Brian Harman. Those are your 4 golfers from last year's field that are left-handed golfers. Well, let's take 2023 for an example. Rahm, there we go. There's Phil. There's your left-handed golfer, Phil. Brooks, Spieth, Reed, Henley, Cam Young, once again, Victor Hovland, Thigala, Fitzpatrick, Scheffler, Schauffele, Morikawa, Woodland, Cantlay, Hoagie, Sungjae, Neiman, Lowry, Rose, Sam Bennett, Hideki Matsuyama are all right-handed golfers. So I'm going to actually deselect Phil so you can see one golfer in the past 2 years inside the top 20, and this guy's name is Phil Mickelson, finished inside the top 20. Let's move on. Let's go even further. Scheffler, Morikawa, Lowry, Smith, McIlroy was the second. I don't know why I said, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Morikawa, Zalatoris, Connors, Justin Thomas, Sungjae Im, Cam Champ, Charles Schwartzel, Dustin Johnson, Willett, Na, Fitzpatrick, Minwoo, Higgs, Westwood, Gooch, Matsuyama, Fleetwood, Kokrak. They're all right-handed golfers. That's 3 top 20s, 1 lefty in there. And I forgot to look at 2023 and 2022, but we can scroll down. All right, so Bobby Mack finished 23rd in 2023. That's 1 lefty. Scrolling down. And you guys in the chat, if you see a lefty that I missed, go ahead and point it out. There's Bubba Watson, who finished 39th in 2022. Kind of scanning everything, just double checking I didn't miss a left-handed golfer. There's Mike Weir with another missed cut. Brian Harman with another missed cut. And Weir once again. And Brian Harman once again. Garrick Higo, left-handed golfer, missed the cut. And then there's Bubba, who missed the cut. Oh, I actually missed him in 2024. Missed the cut. Okay. So far, that is not trending whatsoever. I mean, we get like a handful of lefties every single year. And we went over 3 years, no lefty except for Phil inside the top 20. 2021, Matsuyama, Zalatoris, Spieth, Schauffele, Rahm, Leishman, Rose, Reed, Connors, Smith, Finau, Webb Simpson, Stuart Sink, Kevin Na, Siwoo. Ooh, Bobby Mack. Okay, I missed that one. Brian Harmon. There we go. I missed that one too. Hatton, Morikawa, Scheffler. Those are your guys inside the top 20. I'm going to keep these highlighted. Just know that McIntyre and Harmon are lefties. Okay, they finished 12th place. So now we're up to 3 golfers. 4 top 20s or 4 leaderboards of top 20 golfers. We have a total of 3 now. So we're tracking really well. And if we scroll down, we see Bubba's there, 26th. Phil, where's Phil? Did Phil miss a couple of these years? I know he missed 1 Masters because I think his daughter was graduating. I didn't think he missed 2. I must be missing him somewhere. Oh, here he is. Never mind. Yeah, I think he missed 2022, but they're 21st. That's pretty good. Just outside the top 20. Okay. Going to 2020. This is the fall version of the Masters. DJ, Cam Smith, Sungjae, JT, McElroy, Fratelli, CT Pan, Koepka, Rahm, Simpson, Connors, Reed, Leishman, Matsuyama, Na, Abraham Answer, Schauffele, Cantlay, Scheffler, Cameron Champ, Fleetwood, Sebastian Munoz, all right-handed golfers. Where was our first lefty? Mike Weir, 51st place. Wow. Phil and Bubba down here, 55th and 57th. Some of these golfers I also just don't know off the top of my head, like Yuxin Lin. I have no idea what handedness he is. Also, like someone like Lucas Michelle or Mitchell. Don't know there. James Segru. I have no idea. No idea. Oh, Sandy Lyle, by the way, is a lefty, but he's also like 60, almost 70 years old. So I'm not going to actually include him. 2019, the one that Tiger won. Right-handed. It doesn't matter. DJ, Schauffele, Koepka, Day, Simpson, Finau, Molinari, Rahm, Cantlay, Fowler, Bubba Watson. He's your lefty. JT, Justin Harding, he's a right-handed golfer. Kuchar, Poulter, Wise, Kazire, and now Phil Mickelson. And then Adam Scott. So we get 2 more golfers. Outside of Bubba Watson and Phil Mickelson, McIntyre and Harmon are the only other lefties to finish inside the top 20. So now when we talk about are lefties good at this golf course, are we just not sure it's just not Bubba Watson and Phil Mickelson are good at this golf course when they were not past their prime? I mean, I think Phil probably still has a decent chance to be good because veterans tend to do well at this golf course years after, they qualify for the Champions Tour, basically. Because that's where, Freddie Couples is. That's where Vijay Singh, Bernard Langer, like they kind of always play this tournament well, even into their 50s and into their 60s. But let's move to 2018. Reed, Fowler, Spieth, Rahm, McElroy, Smith, Stenson. We have Bubba Watson here, a lefty. Leishman, Finau, Johnson, Charlie Hoffman, Oosthuizen, Rose, Casey, Henley, Fleetwood, Thomas, Matsuyama, Day, Molinari, Simpson, Jimmy Walker. They're all right-handed golfers. Sergio, Rose, Schwartzel, Kuchar, Thomas Peters, Paul Casey, Kevin Chappell, McElroy, Ryan Moore, Adam Scott, Fowler, Henley, Koepka, Matsuyama, Spieth, Keimer, Stricker, Fred Couples, Pat Perez, Jimmy Walker, Lee Westwood. All right-handed golfers. Willett, Spieth, Westwood, Casey, JB Holmes, DJ, Fitzpatrick, Yeltsin, Matsuyama, Berger, Day, McElroy, Rose, Snedeker, Effie Barnrat, Oosthuizen, Rafa Cabrera-Bello, Grillo, Horschel, and Danny Lee, all right-handed golfers. In fact, I'm just going to skip ahead and just show you. We have Bubba Watson and Phil Mickelson and all of these other top 20 tournaments. That's it. That is it. Phil and Bubba, Phil and Bubba, Phil and Bubba, Phil and Bubba. Those are your only left-handed golfers in the last notable years to be left-handed and to have played well at this tournament. So I guess a little bit of this video, at least the first 12 minutes or, you know, the first 15 minutes of it is dispelling the left-handed narrative. I don't think you need to rush to play a left-handed golfer. In fact, this year we have, I think the most popular golfer that's going to be played this year is going to be Akshay Bhatia. Akshay Bhatia at $8,100. He's going to be the most popular left-handed golfer that is used. I think maybe Phil will be second. And then you also have Bobby Mack, Robert McIntyre. He's also a left-handed golfer, which I'm trying to find his price tag. I forget it off the top of my head. I thought it was in the 8,000 range. Was it not? Well, I guess I can look it up this way. Robert. I don't have him in here, huh? Interesting. Oh, I'm looking at 2024. I am so sorry. I don't have, I have to go to the cheat sheet. There he is, $8,000. Coming in with some good form. So yeah, I guess Bhatia and Bobby Mack, I mean, Bobby Mack has finished inside the top 20 at this event before he had a 12th place finish, him and Harman, but Harman also has just not been playing super great at the Masters since his one solo 12th place or better finish. Now, if you're interested in these golfers, you can use the cheat sheet. This is the page I'm currently on. You just go to Fantasy Tools and go down to cheat sheet from SweetSpotDFS.com. I recommend coming down to this portion of the cheat sheet and clicking here. This will open up the Google spreadsheet. Now, for all those people that have already been here before, I actually added a new tab called the Masters. So I've loaded in the Masters information. I do not have their handedness, but I do have the shot shape next to their name. Now, this is just from my eyeballs and from my ears, what I hear of these golfers, what shot shape matters to them or what they're more comfortable hitting, what I've seen them hit the most. I've got videos on most of these golfers that I plan to put on the website just to show you what their preferred shot shape is. Yes, they're good enough to hit any shot shape they want, but when it comes to being in control, they would go to one shot shape over any other. So you get this on the cheat sheet. I encourage you guys to go check it out. There'll be a link for that in the description of this video. Actually, there'll be a link to the website. Go to the website and then find the drop down under Fantasy Tools called Cheat Sheet, and then that way you can access it there. So yes, you get shot shapes. I mean, we discussed, you know, the left-handed narrative. We discussed shot shapes. Again, you can go to SweetSpotDFS.com. Check out the golf course stats where you can see the golf course. You can see how I've mapped out the golf course and what shot shape is preferred. Not necessary, but what's preferred. And then just use the cheat sheet with all the shot shapes that I have in for these golfers to, I mean, if you have a tiebreaker between two golfers, maybe the shot shape matters. Or maybe you just want to see it to see how comfortable you are playing certain golfers. All there for you. I just don't have their handedness, so I can't tell you if they're right-handed or left-handed. I could, but I just don't have that information in here. And I think you probably all know, you know, what handed or what handedness these golfers are. So that is kind of, you know, talking about the golf course, talking about the shot shapes. Now, when it comes to the tournament, this is going to be pretty fast, pretty easy. We have 80 currently. Actually, we have way more than I thought. There are 96 golfers in this field currently. We are missing one golfer, and, well, maybe we're missing one golfer. The one golfer we might be missing is the winner of the Valero Texas Open, if it isn't someone who is already qualified for the Masters. So let's say if Ludwig Oberg wins that tournament, nobody from the Valero Texas Open, or the field won't change, is primarily what I'm getting at. And on the cheat sheet, if you actually scroll up and use this version of it, the P that's indicated under the -1 week, which is just last week, these are golfers that are playing in the Valero Texas Open that are already qualified for the Masters. So if any of these guys win, then the field stays at the 96 golfers that it's at. And your cut, by the way, is going to be top 50 in ties, and that's it. Top 50 in ties. There used to be all golfers within 10 shots, but they did away with that a few years ago. It's just going to be top 50 in ties. So that's what I have when it comes to the golf course and the tournament information. Actually, no. I got one last thing. I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet and we're going to take a look at the strength of field. And you actually can do this on the cheat sheet. Maybe we use the cheat sheet instead. Okay, I'm on the cheat sheet. 819 is the strength of field this year. Now, I guess I have to go back to my spreadsheet. 819 is the strength of field. In 2024, your strength of field was 818, so identical. In 2023, it was 772. 2022, 783. 2021, I do not have it. So pretty much the same strength of field, which is, I mean, we kind of already knew all that because the best golfers are invited here. The top 50 in the OWGR are invited to the Masters, plus all of the previous Masters champions. So that's why you get a lot of these golfers like Bubba Watson, who quote unquote defected to live. He'll be he will be in the field. Same goes with Sergio. I think he's outside the top 50. I guess I have that information, right? We can take a look. Sergio's down here. Yeah, he's not even rated inside the top 300. I just record OWGR that's inside the top 300, and he's not rated, nor is Dustin Johnson. These are all just past Masters champions that are on the Live Tour who've just lost all their OWGR points, like Phil, Charles Schwartzel. I'm not going to go through everybody, but you get the hint. So it's a strong strength of field. And yes, a lot of these Live players lost their OWGR, but they're all being filled in with, oh, wow. I'm looking at Brooks. Brooks must have, he must still qualify through winning PGA Championship a couple years ago. Ooh, that's an interesting thing to look at. I wonder if Brooks will have an added motivation to try to win this event. Not that he needs anymore. He's a major championship killer. I wonder if he needs that additional motivation, because hey, if he doesn't qualify for winning the major championships, and he can't qualify because he's not on the PGA Tour to win a PGA Tour event, I wonder how many more years of eligibility he has left. That is interesting. I didn't think about that. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up this video right now, only because I want to keep all these videos under 25 minutes. So just a reminder, I have a Masters giveaway. It's a win the pot. Be subscribed. And for every new subscriber we get, I'm at 806. So anything over 806, I think currently the channel's at 807, I'm adding $2 to the pot. There's no limit on this pot. And if you want an entry into it, just comment on all the videos I'm giving away. And then also share on any of the social media platforms. I am active on X, formerly known as Twitter. If I see, or obviously if you repost, reshare any of the things that I actually push out there, I'll give you an additional free entry. So I plan to have about seven videos out there. And if you comment on each of them and you share them on social media platforms, you could have up to 14 entries into the giveaway. So again, be on the lookout for more videos. And of course, this also goes into the SweetSpotDFS.com giveaway. Sign up on SweetSpotDFS.com, create an account. It's free. You don't have to put any credit card information down, nothing. Go sign up and you're automatically entered into the giveaway. And once I reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I will run this giveaway, which I give away $1,000. So up to you guys. Go check out SweetSpotDFS.com. Subscribe if you haven't. That's all I got for you guys. So thank you for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.